Today's video is just a reminder in case you've slipped into thinking that you have to be the one to organize how reality reflects back your manifestation. You do not. You just have to assume the state of already having what it is that you want and then allowing reality to reflect it back. So moving from I will, which so many of us fall into, to I am, which is a new state, the state of already having what it is that you want, knowing that reality is just reflecting back what you're already assuming in consciousness. So that's what we're doing today. Stick around. My name is Hedley Derenzie and you are the star of your movie. If you would like support stepping consciously into that starring role, I am available for one-to-one law of assumption coaching. I also have a free 21-day set yourself up with the ultimate self-concept course. You'll find those details in the box below this video or at my website youaretheone.com.au, but let's just get straight into it. Today is just a reminder of what you already know and may have forgotten, or maybe you know, and there may be a possibility that you might forget at some point, because we are having a very human experience here on earth. We are consciousness in physical form, having a physical experience, experiencing our desires with our five senses in physical form, and having an amazing, marvelous adventure of being consciousness in physical form. And part of that adventure is amnesia. Because if we came in knowing who we are and what this whole game is about, there really is an adventure. So we had to set up the contrast so that we could have the adventure, but we also had to set up the amnesia of the contrast in order to have the adventure. So we can forget, I forget, probably you forget, we all forget who we are multiple times throughout the day, and this is a journey of remembering just what we've forgotten. That's all. Part of coming back into our nature is coming back to the infinite I am. So what reality will do, it will entice you to want to leap out and start to fix things and strategize and plan things and work things out. And this idea that you have to be the one to help reality along with your manifestation, when really the work that we're doing is in consciousness. That's the work that we do. And then for the rest of the time, we're enjoying our manifestations, we're enjoying our life. I'll link the video up here, whichever one it was, I can't remember, where I talk about, oh yeah, what is manifestation and what is it to manifest? Manifest is a festival. So what we are doing is we are enjoying the manifestations that we have brought into being, brought into form, and then throughout the day we are tithing with God, at least 10% of our income going in and tithing with God. I'll link that video if you haven't watched that already. So that we're creating new tomorrows, so that we're actually giving time each day to step back from the feast and the festival of our manifestations, to tithe with God and imagine our future creations that we want to bring into form so we can experience them. That's what we're doing most of the day. You don't have to be going out into reality and figuring it out. Your job is to enjoy your feast and to feast with these hands, your five senses, on your manifestations. So we fall into this idea of I will and I have to, this idea that we have to figure out how this stuff shows up. We do not. So if you find yourself in the state of consciousness of I will, I wanted to first of all explain what is happening when you are in that state of consciousness. So when you're thinking I will do this, or I will be that, or I will have that, you've forgotten who you are, and that's fine. That's part of the human experience. But what happens when we are in that I will state of mind? We're affirming I'm not. When you say I will be something, that is affirming that you're not something and that you have to go out into reality and do something in order to be something. But that's not the way this works. Also, when you say I will, you're also saying I'm going to do it my way, my will. So I will means my will, not God's will. Not the will of imagination and consciousness, of which we have no understanding of how that works. I will is the middle. So that's where we reach in and we're muddling around with reality and trying to get people to kind of do what we want, and situations to work out the way we want them. And we're like all up in the middle, like going, I know how this works, I'm going to do it my way, and I'm going to get in there and like help things along. I will is also a state of consciousness of time and space. It's third dimensional thinking, meaning it's reality-based thinking. You're focused on reality and you're having to organize reality from the level of consciousness of reality. You're also working things matter to matter. So it's going to take longer, it's going to feel harder, it's going to feel like you're pushing against something. When you are thinking anything to do with I will do this, or I will be that, or I will have that, it's affirmation that you don't have it, and also that you've forgotten who you are, which is the infinite I amness. I know we love to figure things out. We love to be helpful. We love to get in there and get our hands dirty. You will and you can, but it's going to come from a very different place when you actually move into the state of I amness first. So you are the infinite I am, having a very human experience of how you're conditioning your I amness, and how you choose to use your I amness is where you're placing your awareness. So if you're there going, oh, I'm so tired, guess what? You've just conditioned your I amness to be tired. Now you might already be feeling tired, but then you're reacting to reality and affirming what is already in existence so that you can have more tiredness. And then you've now created a cycle of more of the same. That's where you're using your imagination conservatively. You're not creating anything. You're just using your reality to inform imagination. So you just like regurgitate the same old, same old. To use your imagine creatively is to step into that I amness where you are already that thing that is not yet in existence. So I am is the expression of I am. When you are what it is that you want already, you are that, and that will then be presented to you in reality. There's nothing that you have to do. If you do have to take action, it'll come from a very inspired place where it's not feeling like it's hard or you're not pushing against anything. That's where you experience coincidences and synchronicity. Everything feels really easy and it's just like falling into place. And wow, that's amazing. That person showed up there and they gave me their number and I called them. So you're still taking action, but it's coming from a place of ease and effortlessness. I am is God's will. You're not the one figuring it out. God is just imagination and consciousness. It's the will of the reflection, meaning you've adjusted the cause of the reflection and now the reflection is reorganizing itself to reflect it back. But you're not the one who does that. You're not the one who organizes that process. And then I am is the alpha and the omega. So when it's I will, you're in the middle where you're mucking around and trying to organize it. But when you're in the alpha and the omega, you're in the beginning and the end. The beginning is the desire of something that you want to experience. The end is the manifestation of that thing that you've desired. And it's now in physical form and you can experience it with your five senses. There's no middle there that you have to figure out how you get from A to B. All you have to do is focus on A and be A and then experience B. It's so much easier. Of course, our brains are problem-solving tools and we like to get in there and figure it out because it makes us feel all important and special. But hey, you are important and special already, so there's nothing that you have to do in order to be that anymore. I am is also now. There is no time in consciousness. Everything is happening now. So you are already that which you desire to be in consciousness. And remember, consciousness is the cause of reality. So what you are being in consciousness then must get pushed out and reflected back in your reality again through God's will, meaning imagination's will, consciousness's will, the will that is not yours. I am is consciousness to matter. So when you're working with I am, you're working with consciousness, and then consciousness reorganizes matter. There is a time delay sometimes because matter is a denser energy than consciousness. You can have what you want in consciousness now, instantly. But then for that to be reflected back in the form of matter, which is a dense, heavy energy, it requires time and space in order to reorganize it, but it's a lot faster than moving matter to matter. So you always want to be working with the I am. I am is your superpower. I am is your savior. No matter what you are experiencing in your reality, you will find the solution in I am. And that is bringing in anything you're in resistance to. I am that. And I'm also that. And I'm going to choose that. You never want to be in resistance to anything. If you find yourself in resistance to something, it means you're pushing part of your I amness away, and that part of your I amness is going to show up in a character or a situation that you don't want because you are commanding your I amness in every moment. That's how powerful you are. That's who you are. And that's what's producing your reality. So if you find yourself in a state of trying to figure things out and you're planning and strategizing and kind of like your brain's ticking over and you're like, okay, I've got to work this out, step back. And come back to the I am of already being what it is that you've been trying to figure out. Be that first in consciousness. Hold the false assumption that you are already that thing, and then you will be that thing in reality because you are already that thing or version of you in consciousness first. You will find freedom in I am. I cannot tell you how I am has changed my life. Of course, I have told you many times and I continue to tell you. So yeah, I can actually tell you. But I am has completely revolutionized my life. I still have my not so great days. I still feel like shit every now and then. But I use my I amness to move through whatever it is that I'm experiencing in my very human experience here on earth, in this beautiful body. I am always working with my I am. I forget too. I forget who I am. And then I remember, I am. I am what I'm resisting. I am what I am wanting. I am the whole experience that I'm having. I am, I am, I am. Let that be your beautiful song, because you are the infinite I am of everything that it is that you want to experience. I will leave it there. I think you got that message. I am, I am, I am. Please remember, you are the amazing creators of your reality. You are the superstar of your show. You are the producer, the writer, the director, and the actor in your movie. What you assume to be true will be so. So assume the best for you. Assume the best for everyone in your movie too, and you will have an amazing life. And this is my wish, my vision, and my prayer for you and for me too. I will look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.